We made it through our seborrheic dermatitis flare-up because this is what my scalp looks like now. Good job, us. So let's talk about what I did, the products that I used, and why those products worked. Timeline wise, when I had a silk press is when I really realized like, hey, we really need to treat this. So going into the wash, the first wash after I had a silk press, what I did prior to the wash is I went in with the Seapuri Scalpy Bubble Tonic. And so this has salicylic acid. What salicylic acid does is it will help to remove the flakes. It will help to dissolve some of that buildup. It's not going to treat the dermatitis at all, but what it will help do is if you have like, you know, a lot of buildup in the hair, the flakes are really stuck to the scalp, you want that to all come out in the wash. This is going to help some of that really loosen up and come off in the wash. Next, I went in with the Ketoconazole shampoo, and this is what actually treated the root of the problem. This is an antifungal. Now, this shampoo particularly is a 2%, which means it's prescription strength. There are 1% shampoos like Nizoral, which you can get over the counter. The 2% just a little bit stronger. I wanted to get rid of the problem real fast. This will treat the root cause of seborrheic dermatitis because seborrheic dermatitis is driven by really an overgrowth of yeast, and this will help kill that yeast essentially. So wash, we loosened up the flakes, and so when I got to the, when I actually got to my stylist and I was like, hey, I have a routine in place that we're gonna do, and she was like, okay, let's do it. We did a first wash, and that's just really to get rid of the dirt, build up, whatever. And then I went in with this shampoo, and you want to put it on the scalp and you want to let it sit. I let it sit for like 5 to 10 minutes, sometimes even longer, but really like 5 to 10 minutes. And then you're going to wash that out. Now, this shampoo will make your hair feel squeaky clean. And I mean squeaky because you can actually hear it. It sounds like when you're washing clothes on a stone by the river. You may have to be Caribbean to understand that reference, but you could actually hear how like squeaky clean the hair is. So you really want to go in with a moisturizing conditioner after. And so went in with a regular moisturizing conditioner after. That's really just the end of the wash routine. This is going to be the backbone of your routine. So if you can't get the prescription, just get something like Nizoral. I went in with this Betnovate Scalp Solution. This will just help calm everything down. Now, this is not a necessary step, okay? And this has Betamethasone, 0.1%. You will say that $48. That is 48 Eastern Caribbean dollars, okay? Because I can get this over the counter in the Caribbean. This is a prescription up here. This is a steroid. It's a corticosteroid, okay? So this will be a prescription. Some other prescriptions that I have been prescribed similar to this would be clobetasol. I think when I went to the dermatologist for the first time up here, they gave me clobetasol. Clobetasol is stronger than this, but there's also a corticosteroid, okay? And that's just gonna calm everything down, calm down the inflammation, help with some of that scratchiness, help with some of the redness. I won't say that you need to go in with a corticosteroid, but I do. And I don't use this a lot because it is a steroid. So I'd probably go in with this once, and what I do is after the wash, you know, when we're styling, whatever, I put this in the scalp. I put this in the scalp. I put it all over the first time. Other times you could probably like spot treat, but you wanna go in with something like this, you know, to help with that. Outside of that, you can just go in with something that would probably treat itchiness that you can get over the counter. I can't remember off the top of my head what I'm trying to say. Cortisone. You know what I mean. Something that helps itchiness. Then I went in with this Head & Shoulders Bare Minimal Ingredients Itchy Scalp Relief Serum. This has pyrithione zinc, 0.1%. What's funny is this particular Ketoconazole shampoo called Keto Plus also has pyrithione zinc in it, the same 0.1%. But this is also an antifungal. Okay, so just like Ketoconazole, also an antifungal, just a very mild antifungal. And so this will just help you maintain everything between washes, help like starve away the yeast coming back, help to control it. This is probably the only scalp serum that I have found so far that actually has ingredients targeted towards helping people with seborrheic dermatitis or psoriasis or anything like that. So this was pretty good at just being something that I could put on my scalp instead of something like grease, for example. And so I pretty much repeated that wash routine like twice, every week and a half, because after the scalp fully heals, it's not just gonna go away in one wash. You might see the scalp flaking up after. As soon as I saw flakes in like the hair, let's say week and a half, I was like, let's do another wash. Let's rinse and repeat. And so I'm on, I would say this is the third wash and we're 5 days in and we're not flaking. Maybe like I found a little something, but I think it's really back under control. Now, seborrheic dermatitis is a chronic condition. No matter what people say, you can't get rid of it. But what you can do is control it. You can figure out what's triggering yours. For me, mine is triggered by like things like stress and the weather. For some people, it might be triggered by their eating habits, etc. Figuring out what is triggering it is also key. I really had to learn to manage my stress levels. Also, for one of the washes, instead of going in with the Seapuri the second time, I went in with this Sea Brazil exfoliating scalp toner. This one, again, it just helped to soak the flakes, just help everything to be lifted off the scalp. This doesn't really have any ingredients like the rest of them that would be noticeable, but something to just help, especially if you have really plaquey areas where it's really stuck to the scalp. Soaking them before the wash will help because they're softer, easier to remove, and you're not overly irritating the scalp. But yeah, that was the full routine. If you want me to really dive into these ingredients, please let me know. Let me know your routine, share what's working for you, what's not working, and of course, let's just all help each other, and hopefully this helps somebody deal with their seborrheic dermatitis.